Alright, welcome. We are back here for Operation Silent Heat. It is one of my favorite maps, even though it's a horrible map, but I just love it because it's the Van Doorn map, and I love Van Doorn. Anyway, we've got a squad with like half laser weapons right now. Weapons, excuse me. I wanted to say rifles, but I messed up my speech. Probably the biggest thing to note is that this squad is comprised of a lot of low-ranking troops. We're running into a bit of a fatigue spiral. Haven't got enough high-level troops to go on these missions after we lost those 3 guys on the Terror mission. But, you know, we'll make do of what we've got. We've got a couple of snipers to exploit the ground. Let's get down there and see what it's like.
Central, this is Big Sky. Strike team is touching down now. Standing by for your orders.
Roger, Big Sky. Reading you 5 by 5. Strike 1 has the green light for deployment.
Alright, so a bit of a misfit squad we've got today due to recent losses in the roster and fatigue and general things like that. Rank-wise, you've got 3 Lance Corporals, 3 Specialists, and a Rookie. Class-wise, we're notably missing an Infantry and an Assault in the mix. Medic we're also missing, but that's not quite as noticeable early on. The killing power from the Infantry and the Assault is going to be definitely sorely missed. Technology-wise, we're split down the middle with about half the squad, a little over half having laser weapons, but laser, sniper rifles, and machine guns are not in play for us yet. So, without our Infantry and Assault, how do we take this mission? Well, it is a roadway, and I have brought 2 snipers for that reason. But this is probably one of the harder roadway maps to use snipers on, because the elevation changes obviously obscure your line of sight, and there's some dicky line of sight on this left side once you get to the middle. So once you get to the midpoint here, your snipers are golden, they can see everything, but it's this no man's land here that we need to cross first to really leverage our squad's power. To do that, we're probably going to put our snipers in position on this red car. They'll have line of sight to the midpoint around there. Suppression on the left. Put our engineer behind this truck to throw grenades over. Scout up front where they can do lightning reflexes, best work at a moment's notice. Rookie probably on the red car. We'll use grenades and whatever we can to bust our way through here. Shouldn't be too bad. As long as it's not too bad contact, we should be able to make it through. Once we've made it to the midpoint, the game changes. This will probably be the hardest activation where we have to deal with these guys without reliable sniper shots. Once we've taken this part of the map, the rest should be fairly easy. Let's get down to it. I want my scout up front.
Moving to position.
People following behind him. Probably put our Rocketeer on this taxi door.
Roger, boy. Solid copy. On my way.
Notably, our scout is packing a battle scanner,
Heading to that location.
which should help out in case you run into any seekers, but apart from that, I'm probably going to hold on to it.
Headed there now.
We'll wait on the Rocketeer, so we avoid any activations until we're ready. Alright, now I hear a Thin Man pod footsteps close. I also hear floater ambient noise, so they could be anywhere. So this next part could be tricky. I'd like to get my guys closer first before any activations, so I'm gonna pointedly avoid taking this corner because I don't want to peek out and get line of sight. Everyone else just get ready.
Heading there now.
Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, lucky, lucky, lucky. I didn't want him to run out to the right there. I wanted him to run left. I wasn't paying enough attention to my sight lines, or my movement lines even. And we'll just hold now. My Rocketeer should have, yeah, decent angles from here. Next move, we'll move up the Rocketeer to the taxi door, and then if that's fine, we'll move up on the right to the truck with our engineer. And at that point, we should have taken contact.
Got it covered. Look who's here.
Well, we've already taken contact, so 3 floaters. We want to not advance any further out. We don't want to bring the thin men to us because we've heard those thin men and they're close.
X-ray on the move. They're flanking us.
The good news here is our snipers are well in position to take some good shots. We just have to decide who's the priority floaters to engage first here. Alright, so to start things off, I've got a plan in my head. To make it work, the first thing I want to try and do is snipe out the floater on the left here. Let me see if I can hit him. And then we're going to leverage this. So that's a little bit of damage. We need to do more. If I can finish him off with a carbine, that would help. That's great. That's one less floater. So now I'm going to be able to suppress this one. Actually, no, I won't be able to suppress that one. I can overwatch this one from the right car and suppress the rear one. So the way this will work is first I'm going to run my scout across to check if there's any more activations from pinmen. We have no activations, so now we can overwatch this floater and pin him in place. The reason I want to pin him in place is so I can leave my engineer on this car without the floater rushing up and flanking him. I'm going to do that to throw an HE grenade over at this floater, and if we keep him pinned, he's going to blow up from that car soon. Meanwhile, I'm going to move my gunner here, and that's going to let me suppress that rear floater. And with that rear floater suppressed, I may as well take a shot at this one with my remaining sniper. That's a good hit. We're probably going to kill it with an HE now, if not a laser. So we can take shots of our laser rifle now. Alright. I'd like to get another shot in here.
Target's still up.
Of course, I don't want to run... Well, I guess I ran that way before and there are no thin men, so it should be alright to do it again.
Got it.
Yeah, that's fine. Take another shot. No, we're still missing. So we'll take the sure thing now. We'll run into cover here. Where is the other floater corpse? Okay, it rolled away. That's great. I'm not going to blow it up. That's one less floater corpse exploding, which is good for me. Throw the HE. Dead floater. I've got 4 HEs. I'm not worried about running out. We're going to suppress this floater, and that should be it. And just like that, our snipers are already paying off because we prepared them in advance. So now if we can keep fighting like this and not activating extra pods, and there you go. Car's going to blow up. That's good. I can use it as cover again next time. And we're going to kill this floater now. We will. Don't worry. It'll happen. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. Inevitable. Inevitable.
Negative damage.
There you go.
Dead
Alright.
and gone. Reloaded.
Take a turn to reload. We reload the snipers as well. There's no rush here. There's no meld on this map. So we can do this nice and smooth and quick. I hear sectoids quite close. It'd be nice to knock those sectoids out now while we have the chance. So I'm going to move up my rocket.
Getting it done. Got something over here.
Because I feel like I'm not going to waste a rocket on sectoids anyway. I might if there's 4 of them clustering, but they all went different ways. So we've activated another pod. Now, obviously I don't want to go revealing too much territory on the right, because those thin men are still on the loose, and I don't want to trigger them. So instead, we'll bias our cover to the left side of this red car. We won't go too far on the too far forward on the right. That's going to mean bringing a gunner up to suppress, of course. Or alternatively, we could just let them come to us. Well, first things first, I've got a good sniper shot on a sectoid, and those often kill. 3 sectoids remain. Now I'm going to have to move my sniper to get a good shot on the other ones. Or I won't get a shot at all, that's fine. .66s ain't bad, but I haven't got most of my squad online here. So what I'll probably do is bring the rest of the squad over and prepare.
I'm on it, Commander.
Move these guys back
Roger that.
out of line of sight so they're not getting psychically attacked. And prepare for the next turn instead.
Let's do this.
Sectoids are not entirely scary enemies to have assault in you. You want them close so you can shotgun them in the face. But they are annoying to face at range in cover versus cover fights, because their psychic attacks will pierce your cover. They won't care about your defense rating. And you'll end up taking single hits, and you'll end up taking all sorts of things you don't want. And you can murder them on Overwatch. Whereas if we were facing something like you know, mutons that can run up and grenade me, obviously things change. And we want to be more proactive about dealing with them. But I'm not too worried about sectoids running up on me. I feel like that puts me in the advantage. Now I'm very tempted to run out and flank this guy, but thin men would be nasty. But it's tempting nonetheless. I'll poke my gunner out first, actually.
Look out, there comes he.
Ah, well. What are you going to do? If they're that close, I guess I've activated them anyway. Now I'd like to rocket those guys when I'm not in position. Oh! Am I? No, not quite. Oh, you almost. But no, with that accuracy rating, I'm not going to hit him. So, now more than ever, let me see where this sectoid's mind merging from, right here. So, engaging that sectoid without putting myself in range of the thin men will be difficult. But, actually, if I go right here, I should be able to get a nice, safe shot on him. That isn't going to expose himself to anything. And that's good damage. And now I just really need to finish him. I'd also like to see if I can get some kind of sniper action going on that sectoid down there. But I think he's too far for me to spot, so I'm better off just taking these shots at this sectoid.
X-ray neutralized.
Now, if you're around here, I don't believe you're going to be able to flank this position, so what I'm going to do here
Affirmative.
is move and get ready for those thin men to assault me. Thin men have very high mobility. I am scared of them assaulting me. They have the mobility to really punish me for sitting still, I think. So I'm going to be more proactive about them.
Moving out.
By getting this rocket in place, getting my snipers in place here,
Andando. Headed there now.
and getting ready for them. This is a dicky angle. The thin men will move to this position and not have a shot on me, but if they double move left, I should... they shouldn't be able to shoot me, and I should catch them on Overwatch, so I'm going to Overwatch with the saw.
In my Sam, Commander.
Daishi keeps far enough back to Overwatch, and there you go. When I Overwatch, I like to do it in a way where I'm not going to take shots. But the thin men are going to prove me wrong. Oh no, they're shooting the Rocketeer, so that's not bad. Not an entirely unexpected acid. And here comes another sectoid. So it looks like it was 2 thin men and a sectoid in that pod, not 3 thin men. I'm not unpleased about that. Gotta watch that this car doesn't catch on fire. Alright, so my Rocketeer can kill 2 of them here. If I don't mind taking a single point of poison damage, I can just poop those 2 guys. And I'll probably do that. Meanwhile, I can grenade this thin man. It won't accomplish much though because his cover won't blow up. Let's see what my snipers can see first. Alright, well that's an open and shut case. Ah. That's just nasty damage. My second sniper can't see anything. It looks like with what I've got available to me, this rocket will be a good time. I'm going to leave that till last though because of the possible panicking. Which means between the HE and the rocket, those 2 are going to be dead. I really need to worry about this thin man on the right. And if I could kill everyone else, I could suppress that thin man. So in fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that rocket shot first, just because the rest of my turn depends on it. And hopefully we won't chain panic off the single point of damage we're about to take. But you can't have everything, and we very well could. That's the game that we play, and I think it's the best thing I can do right here. Nice! You gonna panic, Organ? Nope, you're feeling good. I love it. I love a strong man like that. So now what we can do is finish off that sectoid. Maybe with a grenade. Yeah, or we could just ignore him. And then we just gotta deal with this thin man. Now we do all have cover to him. But I don't trust the thin man, and neither should you. So what I can do here is burn another grenade on the sectoid. It just means I'm going to get 1 less body, obviously. I'd like more sectoid bodies. I think it's a little exuberant to use another grenade on that sectoid. So what I might do instead is suppress that sectoid and lay an Overwatch trap for this thin man. I've got cover here against the thin man. If he sits himself in this position, he's going to be in flank, and that'd be stupid, so my engineer is going to be safe. Everyone else can kind of sit back a little, and probably be okay.
Rolling.
As long as we're making sure that if the thin man moves to this position, he's getting punished for it, you know, there's nothing wrong.
That's affirmative.
And that's what I intend to do with these peek outs. Alright, suppress the sectoid.
Verstanden. Feuerschutz.
So it's a little faster and looser than I'd do if I was playing ultra safe here, but I think I can get away with it, and I'd like the extra bodies off that sectoid.
Roger that.
Affirmative. Cover now.
We'll see what happens. Tin Man's still overwatching, so that's fine. Now, if I've got ammo, I can move up and deal with the Thin Man anyway. I wish I had a sniper shot on the Thin Man. Still got 40% on the hunkered down sectoid because I steady aimed with one sniper, so it's worth taking pot shots here. 25% less so, but we've got nothing else going here. There you go.
He's down.
You miss 100% of the 25% shots you don't take. And now we can suppress
Bin dran.
this last Thin Man.
Feuerschutz. Ich hau die Mund.
And how we deal with him now is really up to us. I can obviously run around and take some close range shots, but we don't activate any more aliens just yet. So what would be nicer is if we can get some long range shots on him and just pot shot him to death. Looks like it'll have to wait though.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Overwatch. Aye aye.
J'ai rechargé.
But now I've got this guy strangled, we should be able to deal with him. Unless he luckily hits my suppressor. No, you're shooting your own truck. Okay. Now my Rocketeer no longer has acid, so he can start contributing here. Can't suppress this turn though. So we need a backup for in case that fails. I'd say this will come down to whether I can move out here without taking additional contact. No additional contact, that's good. So I'm going to start taking some shots now. No good.
No way that just happened.
Very good. And obviously I wanted the engineer to see if he could offer a backup. 2 shots wasn't so good. 3 shots or 4 shots was much better. So that's our first 2 pods of contact dealt with. That's nice. And we've dealt with the really difficult part of the map for our snipers. But to their credit, if you stick them in the right place like this red car, you'll notice you actually can still get some really good shots. So now we're going to deal with the rest of the map. And we're in a pretty good standing so far.
Affirmative.
I think we're going pretty well.
Moving.
Ubicación confirmada. Position confirmed.
Merci, surveille le coin.
Good to go.
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
Roger. Got my eyes on.
Alright, another floater pack. We'll get everyone in position before we make any more ground.
Bin unterwegs.
Got it covered. Running. Moving out.
Tout de suite.
Dar caña.
Roger. I've got my
Ready to
eyes
rock.
on.
Roger that.
Wieder im grünen
Scanning.
Bereich.
And now we can start creeping up. We'll take some steady aims first. There's no meld, there's no reason to not steady our aim first.
Je crois que nous sommes pas seuls.
10 seconds of your life steadying aim could save you like 10 minutes of heartbreak while you try to get out of a bad situation because you were too rash.
Reste en surveillance.
So in the end, you're saving time if you look at it that way. Now where's my scout? There's my scout. Go and move up.
Heading to that location.
Rücke aus.
I'm on it, Commander.
Je suis parti.
Affirmative.
Move that rocket up. Keep that rocket with the squad as best we can.
You hear that?
Alright. I do hear that.
I'm rolling.
Alright, that's good. We can get our Rocketeer up close now.
Moving.
Ça roule.
In Bewegung.
Roger that.
As you can tell, I'm probably as you can probably tell, I'm trying to be a little bit snappier. Not get too lost in the sauce, waffling on tangents without sacrificing all the explanation. Let me know what you think in the comments, as you always do.
Affirmative.
I'm always interested. Your feedback quite literally drives the way I commentate. Not so much the way I play, just the way I commentate. I play the same either way.
Noise.
The difference is I don't spend 10 minutes talking about my moves instead of just playing. Is the comparison. Alright. Steady aim on the Rocketeer because I didn't yet. That was a goof while I was busy talking. Alright, let's continue advancing here. This is probably going to draw contact, but I'd say we're ready.
Headed there now. Look sharp. Enemies rolling up.
3 little overwatching floaters. Now, if my snipers can see him, my snipers can see 1. Okay, I'm gonna pop this. Yeah, I'm gonna pop this. It's awkward, actually. You know what? I'm gonna do this instead. It's gonna save that rocket. It's awkward because I don't want to run my guys up and get overwatched. But I can just get rid of their overwatch with flashbang instead. We can save the rocket in case there's another pod. And now we can move up and do whatever the hell we want to them. And that's a nice place to be.
J'y vais tout de suite.
So they shouldn't pose much of a threat to us at this point.
In Bewegung.
Where can you move where you've got a shot? Probably here.
Roger that.
Perfect. Carbine him. High accuracy shots on targets that don't need much damage to finish them off. That's where your Rocketeer is going to shine. Snipers still can't see anything. Probably could have taken a shot with them, but I thought the snipers would have angles on them as well once I got vision. They're flashbang. I'm just going to take my shots instead of suppressing. And I think it's just down to the snipers now. And they can move up to get an angle.
Location confirmed. Si, senor.
Alright. A couple of disoriented floaters can do whatever they do. Which in this case is not a lot useful. Now where's that carbine again? Like I said, low damage but high accuracy, that's what the carbine's good at. And that's a 5 anyway, so
Dead and gone.
it is a laser carbine. And now we're just going to whittle this guy down. We've got volume of fire here.
Hostiles pacified.
When you got volume of fire, it's dead easy.
Chalk up another one.
Simple as that. Chalk up another one. That's how we do it on the Doorn Hometown Highway. Not too bad, I don't think. Pretty straightforward. Yeah. What's more is there to say, really? We had a plan. The plan actually went the way we thought it would for once. We came out pretty happy. Alright, let's go back to base, I guess. On one hand, it feels good to have done it pretty quickly and not have spent like 10 minutes
If all our
waffling
missions go
about
as well as
things
this
that
one
were
did,
unrelated.
the aliens
But on the
don't
other
stand a
hand,
chance.
it feels weird to have done it so quickly. Maybe I'm imagining things. Maybe it took a long time and I just didn't feel like it because I was playing it. We've got a nickname down here. Corporal Kong, Organ UK, the Heavy. As good a nickname as any. I'm sorry, the Rocketeer. Heavies aren't a class anymore in Long War. So, I'm sure I would have got to this on another Rocketeer before, but just in case I haven't. Smoke Grenade, Suppression, Snapshot. I can break this down for you really quickly. Smoke Grenade and Suppression are obviously if you want to make a hybrid Rocketeer. Snapshots if you want to dedicate to Rocketeering. Snapshot's just really good. People will argue that it's not good because when you move up you don't get any more range on the rocket because, you know, of the way the accuracy and distance works. It's not about that. It's about if you need to move and shoot, you can. And XCOM's about adapting. It's not about your perfect plan always working. Being able to move and shoot with your Rocketeer is going to come in handy in a lot of situations where you've been ambushed, you need to reposition, where your cover's blown up and you need to change your plan. Anytime you need to improvise, Snapshot will mean you're not, you know, a sitting duck. So I love Snapshot on Rocketeers. What do we got on everyone else? Flush de facto on my gunners, on almost all my gunners. It's just too good. New class for you. And hollow targeting for my scouts is also pretty de facto at this point. That's promotions handled. It's nice to have a new tactical. Got a good number of bodies out of that one, probably because we were a little bit restrained of our explosives. We've been listening to Valen for once, so that's nice. Lyrium alloys, nothing else super good.
We will be in touch, Commander.
Alright, now here we are back at the base. So I've been taking a good look at what I want to do in the base phase here. Everything's pretty green. The three things I'm tossing up between going for, and one of them is really a non-starter. One, I could spend $200 getting an interceptor. I need to fill up my interceptors here on Asia. I haven't even got 6 yet. The other things are alien containment or a foundry. Now, alien containment is a non-starter because I'm going to need more power to build it. And that's going to require my thermo generator to start going up on the left here. And that's like a good $350, so that's not happening yet. What we could do before needing to build more power, though, is build a foundry. That's going to let us get stuff like advanced medkits from Thin Man Autopsy. We can start working on experimental warfare to get new items. We can get like... excuse me, it's drawing a blank here. The thing that's so important from the foundry. God, what is it? Improved medkits. Oh, chem grenades eventually. Yes, of course. Once we've researched experimental warfare and Thin Man Autopsy, we can get chem grenades. We don't need it just yet, but we may as well start on it. But, like I said, we don't need it just yet, so probably another interceptor is going to pay me the most dividends right now, because you want to have a good air game early. That said, I don't have enough money for it yet, and I don't feel like selling a whole bunch of stuff on the black market to get it, so we'll wait for another abduction mission, I think. Probably the most pressing thing we need to be doing in base phase right now is getting more soldiers trained. It's almost the end of April, and with the losses we took on that Terror mission, taking a full all-star squad on Newfoundland, and, you know, stuff like that, I've only got a roster of 27, and a lot of those people aren't even, you know, ranked up yet. They're all PFCs, so I really need to put an effort into training up some more troops, or we're going to run into a real fatigue spiral real soon. In fact, we already are. But it'll be worse in May with mutons and stuff. So let's go for another mission here. And pray for an easy one to train people on. That's a pretty good deal. Nice, we got the auto laser, that is excellent. And you know I love trading sectoids for scientists. I love it.
Contact detected.
Alright, we got a medium-sized UFO, and we have not got enough interceptors to deal with it, so we're gonna let that one... We'll go up and look at it, but... Mediums can be pretty nasty, and we don't have nearly enough interceptors to take it down, so we're probably gonna let this one go.
No joy here.
Say goodbye to the fish, see what it does.
Contact detected.
Alright, it was scouting. Now this one we have to fight. As long as we deal enough damage to it, we can stop it from taking our satellites down. That's what we're going to have to go for here. So we're going to go aggressive. It was scouting for this fighter to come kill us, so we're going to go aggressive and try and stop the fighter from killing us.
Nearing strike range.
That's not good already.
Disengaging.
Jesus. We're not having any luck with this one.
Detected.
But I've got to fight for any chance we can get this thing off our satellites.
Padlocked.
Repair time is worth it if we can save the money.
Approaching target now. We're getting eaten up here.
Contact lost.
And that's all we can do. We just have to hope we've dealt enough damage to make it go home.
Contact detected.
Ooh, what are you doing?
Commander,
Shit.
we've just lost one of our satellites. We will now be unable to track any UFO contacts over that particular nation. And
Well,
they've cut our funding as a result.
We're going to lose some funding off that. We've lost our Chinese satellite. That's a real pain. Just don't have enough strong enough air game right now, unfortunately. And the guys with Stingrays weren't repaired. Nothing to be done about it.
Engineers arrived this
So,
morning, Commander.
Next month we'll build another
Always glad
satellite.
to have more help down here.
But no point trying to rush one out for this month. It's already the end of the month. But that is a shame. And it would have been a good mission for us too.
Commander, we're receiving
Heavy.
several urgent requests for assistance. There are abductions in progress at each marked site on the hologlobe.
Heavy. Why does your head pop up there, Bradford? I can see you right there. It's just silly. So we're going to Chihuahua, Mexico for this one. Let's see what we've got. Heavy urban large structure. Urban large structure can be quite deceitful. Let's see. So urban large structure can be quite deceitful, as I was just saying. It can be the long metro railway station map, which is very long sightlines, quite like a roadway map in how narrow and long it is. But it can also be something like the classic bar and grill map. That's one that's really focused around cover destruction, blowing those walls and cars apart. So what I think I'm going to do here is take my best top 5 and then 2 rookies. It's a heavy mission, but in April I think I can deal with it with a couple of rookies, and I really need to start training up rookies because my roster's looking pretty slim. So I'm going to gear up my squad here, and then we'll talk a little bit about it, and then we'll go on the mission. Alright, so here's what we're looking at for this one. It's pretty simple. Like I said, we're taking our 5 best guys to offset the fact that we're also taking 2 of our least powerful guys on this heavy mission, while still hopefully getting those guys trained up. We're basically putting the team on our back and carrying them. We're not taking an engineer on this one, so to compensate, I've taken a lot of HE grenades across people to blow up cover in case we do get that bar and grill map. Otherwise, you've got the Rocketeer for long-range rocket, cover destruction. We've got Assaults and Scouts. Scout's got a laser rifle instead of a shotgun here. Sorry, the Scout's got a SMG plus the sawn-off shotgun. I would have given the Scout a laser rifle, but I wanted to save the laser rifles for the rookies, who obviously can't use shotguns. And I feel like with the sawn-off shotgun on the other side, Fugel's going to be able to take both long-range and short-range stuff with that SMG, which does as much damage as a ballistic assault rifle, and we are still in the 2nd month, so that's not too bad. We've got our infantry with a scope, we've got Medvay with a medkit, J-Bowers with the 2nd medkit, because you always want 2. And apart from that, a pair of flashbangs across the squad, and I think that's really all there is to it. A ceramic on our assault and our scout, of course, because they're taking a lot of the damage most often. And apart from that, it's a pretty simple loadout. The only thing I might explain is I didn't take the heater on anyone. I usually feel like a laser sidearm is necessary for people who switch to the sidearm a lot. In this case, it's the infantryman, the assault for different ranges, and gunslinger. The scout is going to need one because the SMG is going to run out of ammo, but they're going for the sawn-off. People like these rookies, they're going to take their 3 shots of their laser rifles, but they're not shooting twice like the infantry, so a pistol for them is less important. So yeah, that's about it. It's pretty simple. Let's get out there and find out what map it is.
Dropship has arrived.
And it is.
We're going to be putting down in Mexico for this mission.
How I love this map.
We're still seeing dozens of reported abduction attempts coming in from cities around the world.
You did it again,
We'll be
Bradford. Your
deploying
voice
at the
changed.
site of the latest report.
I love this map. This is the first map I think I ever played XCOM on. Maybe? It might be. I just love this map. I know for a fact it's the first Iron Man Impossible map. The first map I ever played in my Iron Man Impossible series, so it feels like coming home. This map is my nostalgia map in XCOM. So we'll be touching down for Operation Final Skull next time. Until then, I hope you enjoyed. If you got any feedback, let me know as always, as I try to feel out the sweet spot for length of these episodes and explanation time and waffling, which I'm doing right now. So yeah, see you next time, and I hope you enjoyed. Have a good one.